Hey guys, Miss Berrigan here. We're back. We're going to learn the next haircut. This is going to be long layers. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking our hair all the way up 180 degrees at the top of the apex. Remember, this is our apex where the comb leaves the scalp, okay? So as always, section your client into 4 quadrants. Now what I'm going to do is we're going to establish our first cut, which is going to be our cut guideline. So what I'm going to take is, I'm going to take about 1/2 inch subsection horizontal for my front section quadrant. Okay, so traditionally when we're doing long layers, we're already going to have a face frame in effect on this client. So what we're going to do is, from this face frame, we're going to take the longest layer of that face frame, and this is where we're going to cut to 180, and this is going to be our cut guide. Okay, so I've taken just about 1/2 inch, a little subsection from this front quadrant. So I'm going to do the same on this side, just 1/2 inch. Okay, and then I'm going to take the hair here and we're going to clip this back. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to wet it because we need to make sure that our hair is always saturated. Now I'm not going to spray her in the face. I'm going to put my hand here and I'm just spray just the hair. Don't drop it in her face because then we're still dropping water right in your client's face. Don't do that. So what I'm going to do is now is I'm going to make sure it's nice and saturated. Okay, we have our comb and our scissors. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to stand right here on the side of my client. Okay, we're going to pull up, come straight up. We're going to find the longest part of our face frame, which is right there. Okay, come up again. If it drops out, let it be. We're going to cut straight across. So now what we've done is we have established our cut guide for the entire head. Now I'm going to come back in. I'm going to split this right back down the middle again. I'm going to take this section over here, and this is the section I'm going to start with first. Now, when we start cutting on this side, we're taking horizontal sections, just like I did here. We're going to take a horizontal section, but here's the trick. We're going to take everything up, but we're going to switch to this side. And the reason we do that is that way we're keeping that 180 degree and we're not over directing this way. Because sometimes, I'm going to show you, we're going to take a 1/2 inch subsection, just a small one. That way you have more control over the hair. We don't get lost in our haircut. Clip this away. Okay, she's a little dry, so I'm going to get her wet again. Okay, so we also want to make sure we're still coming back right here, 180, right? So we're combing this up. If I were to cut it here, if you notice, am I at 180? No, 180 is over here. So I'm going to stand on this side and I'm going to pull everything up to 180. See where my comb is? Everything's being pulled up. I'm going to find my cut guide, which is right there, and I'm going to cut to that. Find teeth, pull it up, cut. Okay, I'm going to pull this down. I'm going to walk back over here. I'm going to take my next 1/2 inch subsection. Okay, also too, keep in mind as we keep going down the head, you might have less hair because this is what we're doing. We're running out of hair. There's nothing to pull up. I'm going to get this wet because she's a little dry. Okay, I'm going to walk back over here on this side. I'm gonna grab that section. I'm gonna pull her up, pull up, little tangling, get those tangles out, okay? Now, making sure you're at 180. Here's your comb at the apex, all the way up, 180. Bring everything up, and you can see your cut guide right there, okay? Making sure we're at 180, and we're going to cut to our guideline. Okay, I'm gonna walk back over, take my next 1/2 inch subsection, okay, flip it over, pull this hair back in the clip. That way we don't get lost in our hair. We're gonna saturate, make sure it's nice and wet. We're gonna come back over to this side. Now, make sure you get all that hair up in there. Make sure it's not kinked down, because if it's kinked down or sitting out like that, you're not gonna get a precise cut, okay? Bring everything up, making sure we're sitting at 180, correct? Pull up. There's my cut guide right there. Palm your comb and cut, okay? If you notice, as we keep going down, 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 we're getting less hair. 1/2 inch, okay? Getting nice and wet. Come back over to this side. Okay? Making sure we have it nice and smooth. Bring everything up. Make sure we're sitting at 180. That's all I have to cut. You see how less hair that we're getting as we go up? Come back over. 1/2 inch. Clip this hair out of your way. And probably as I get down here, I'm probably just gonna take it all up, because we're probably not gonna have any more hair to cut. Okay? Gather your hair. Make sure we make this nice and smooth. We're bringing this up. Make sure you're at 180. We're bringing up. And there's really nothing to cut, just some little stragglers. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and take the rest of this hair here. I'm gonna wet it. Okay? And now I'm gonna come over here. I'm just gonna comb it out. Grab the rest of my hair here. And we're gonna pull all this hair up. And we're directing it to 180. 180. There's no hair to cut. Okay? So we're gonna drop it. For first quadrant, layered on this side. Okay, so now we're gonna start on this side. Also too, guys, use your mirror as your guide. What you're gonna do is you're gonna keep watching to see if you're creating that teepee, because this is what it looks like. It looks like a little teepee. So keep bringing it up. Use your mirror to check yourself to make sure. Okay, so now we're gonna come in on this side. We're gonna take 1/2 inch. I'm gonna clip this hair away. And now I'm gonna walk over here. Now, I'm gonna pull this up. And sometimes what I like to do is I take a little bit, tiny little piece from this side that I already cut, just to make sure. So I'm gonna pull this up. Okay, pulling it straight up, making sure we're at 180. You should be able to see your cut guide right there. Cut. Now we're not gonna cut past our second knuckle, because what happens if we cut past our second knuckle? We're gonna cut ourselves. Don't do that. Okay. Now, if it gets in your way, what you can do is we can take the rest of this hair, clip it away. Get it out of your way, clip it away. Okay. Now, we're taking 1/2 inch, flip it over, clip this away. Now, I'm gonna get her wet. Whoops, don't kick your client. We're gonna pick up our hair. Okay. Making sure we're 180, use your mirrors. You can see your cut guide. See that right there? Make sure you're nice and smooth. You're at 180 and you're going to cut, okay? 1/2 inch, subsection, pull it over, clip the hair out of your way. These mannequins get dry really fast, so you want to make sure she's nice and saturated. Okay. Now, pull her up, making sure she's 180. She looks like a TP. There's your cut guide. Cut right there. Just like the other side, as we're going down, we're getting less and less of hair. Okay. Oops, she didn't want to stay over. Notice how I always use my hand to cover the hair. That way I'm not spraying my client directly in the face or spraying it everywhere else. Because you don't want a slick floor and you go slipping and sliding. Okay, pulling it up, making sure we're 180 right there. Boom. If it drops out, let it drop out. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and take the rest of this section, but I'm gonna get this wet first. Okay. See how I've palmed my scissors? Make sure you're always palming your scissors. Make sure she's nice and smooth. Grabbing my hair, bringing her up, boom, making sure we're at 180, and there's really nothing to cut. So now we have finished our sides, okay? Now we're gonna start the back. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clip this hair out of my way. Get it out of your way, okay? So now, like we did on these sides, we went, what? Horizontal. Now we're gonna go vertical, but we're still pulling everything up to 180, okay? Okay, so now we're gonna start with the back. Just kind of like how we did at the top, we took a little bit of hair from this section and this section. We're gonna do the same for the back. We're taking some from here and from here, and we're gonna bring everything up to this 180. Remember, we're creating that TP. So we're gonna work from the inside out, okay? So make sure, nice and saturated, okay? Now, you don't have to try to take all the hair up. Work in sections, because that's a lot of hair to try to hold, okay? So what we're doing is, remember we have this guide, which is right here. I took some of the hair from our guide here. We're bringing everything up to that, correct? So let's bring that up. We're still going 180. Bring it up, 180. Just a tiny bit to cut, okay? Now, I'm gonna take another subsection. I'm gonna comb it nice and smooth out, coming up, all the way up, 180. Tiny little piece of hair right there. See how everything drops? Let it drop. Taking our last section, probably not gonna have anything to cut. Bring it up, up, all the way up. You notice there's nothing to cut and it falls out. Let it fall out. Now, I'm gonna go in, just like we did the top, we're gonna divide this in half. So now we have the guideline in both these quadrants, okay? Now, I'm gonna start with this section right here, okay? And just like we did, we go opposite. So I'm going to take a pie section here. I'm going to clip this away. Now, I'm going to take just half of that. I'm going to come over here and stand. Make sure it's nice and smooth. We're pulling it up, all the way up to 180. Is there anything to cut? Nothing to cut. That means you're going to do nothing. Drop it. Okay? We'll come in, and if you have to work, you can go 1, 2, 3 as you work up the head if you want to take less hair. So we're going to take the rest of our hair. We're going to smooth her up, right? Still coming up 180 to our cut guide. Nothing to cut. Drop it. Don't cut it. Okay. So now we're going to come into this quadrant again. We're going to take another pie section. I'm going to clip this away so it's out of my way. Make sure she's nice and saturated. Okay. Just like I said, if you want to take smaller sections, take smaller sections. That means I'm going to do that. I'm going to stand on the opposite side, pull it up, smooth her hair out, coming up all the way to up top, 180. See that? Everything fell out. That means there's nothing to cut. Don't cut. Okay? Doing this again. We're taking all the hair. Stand on the opposite side, smooth it up. If it drops out, let it drop out. Leave it alone. Nothing to cut. Drop it. I'm going to take my last section right here, okay? I'm going to take a smaller section and I'm going to come over here and I'm going to smooth it. See how I'm bringing everything this way? Because I'm bringing everything up to 180. Bring her up, nothing to cut. Drop it. Take the rest of the hair because we're over directing this way because we're coming all the way up to 180. Bring it up. Anything to cut? Nothing to cut. Drop it. Leave it alone. Okay, so we have finished this section. So, not to get all messed up in this hair and lost, clip it, move it away. She's moving. Now we're gonna do this side. So now that I'm doing this side, that means I'm gonna stand on this side. And we're gonna do the same thing. We're over directing, bringing her up 180. We're creating that teepee. Remember, keep using those mirrors. I'm taking a pie section, okay? Clip the hair away. Take just a small subsection. They're nice and wet. We're gonna comb her up. I'm gonna stand on this side. Smooth her up. Bringing everything up 180. Do you notice there's just a little bit of hair right there? That's it. Okay? Do the same. Keep bringing the rest of the hair up. All the way. 180. Okay? Nothing to cut. You see how it all drops out? Let it drop out. I'm gonna take my next pie section. Okay. Take a small subsection, comb it up, bring it over 180. Make sure it's nice and smooth. Okay. She's moving. Bring her up, 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 180. Just a tiny bit of hair, that's it. That's all. Take the rest of that, do the same thing. Bring it all the way up, over direct it this way to 180. Bring it up, up. That's it, drop it. We're gonna take the last of our subsection. We already cut that, let's get that out of the way. So we're gonna come over, and I'm gonna break this in half. If you wanna break it in threes, break it in threes. Smooth it, bringing it over, directing it over here to 180. All the way up. Nothing to cut. See how we're bringing everything 180? Nothing to cut. Bring it all the way up. If it's falling out, let it fall out. Leave it alone. Okay, and we're done. Now we're going to check her. Okay, shake her out a little bit. And if you look, those beautiful layers that she has in there, right? We're gonna come in. We're gonna take this little section here, little section here, pull it all the way in, and we're gonna comb up 180. One up, 180. She's nice and straight. Okay, I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna keep pulling up. We over directed it to 180, right? So we're gonna keep pulling it this way. Perfect. Pulling all this up. We're going 180. See how it drops out? That's fine, let it drop out. That means it doesn't need to be cut. Perfect. So if you see it straight across, or even sometimes if it makes a U, that is a correct haircut. That is perfect. That is fantastic. That's what you want to see. So your next step would be give her a blowout.